Hey, good morning everybody. Welcome along. This is Wednesday, the 27th of May. Excuse me a second. Welcome along to our 8 a.m. movement snack. Our first opportunity to add additional movement minutes onto our day. Let me know when you're coming on board. Say hello. Now, if you're on catch-up, so if it's not the one you're looking for, then please just scoot back through the videos on Facebook, find the one you're looking for, and then we'll see you later on when you catch up with us. If it is the one you're looking for, though, however, stay around. Quick word for you as far as our YouTube channel is concerned. With YouTube, we're not loading everything up on a daily basis from this week. So you will have 6 videos loaded up on the following Monday. So Monday next week, you'll have 6 videos loaded for this week. Monday this week, you would have had 6 for last week. They will be 2, one morning one, 3 lunch times, and 2 afternoon snacks. Okay? But everything still stays here on Facebook. So everything that we do will be on Facebook still. So you can find us on Facebook, and you can find previous sessions on Facebook. If you want to go back and have another go at a session, or you want to practice some of the moves that we've done with you to help improve those and add those additional minutes onto your day. Hi Kelsey, welcome on board. Quick hello to Kelsey. Don't forget, Kelsey will be with you at 4 o'clock this afternoon for a lovely relaxing sway and stretch, some great 3-dimensional movements there, which we use in our everyday life. And of course, flexibility will improve our mobility as well. So thinking about our 4 p.m. session, everything that you'll do in there is going to help as far as improving our mobility is concerned. And if we think particularly about our ankles and staying stable, there's some great movements within there that are going to help as far as that flexibility and that mobility is concerned within our ankle. So good morning, welcome on board. This is your 8 a.m. movement snack. We're in the kitchen today. So I've been going on a bit of a tour. I think we were in the dining room yesterday. Yes, we were in the dining room yesterday. We've been in the lounge. We've been in the spare room over the weeks. We're in the kitchen today though. So welcome on board. I'm going to keep looking up here because I forgot to bring my other clock in with me. So I'm going to keep looking up here to have a look at the time on the clock up there. Welcome on board. This is our 8 a.m. movement snack, and it's going to be our first opportunity to add additional movement minutes to our day. We're looking at 3 movement snacks throughout the day. And each of those is going to be, we were starting off with 10 minutes, so an additional 30 minutes. We're probably getting up to about 14 minutes a shot now with these movement snacks. So we're adding more like 40 minutes of additional movements on our day. And remember, it's additional movement, okay? So it's over and above what you're already doing. I'm getting some great input from people, some great feedback from people who are doing lots of stuff in the garden, in the house, and they're putting these additional movement minutes in there as well. We're going to give you opportunities to crowbar additional things into your day as well. So everything that we'll do, there's the opportunity for you to crowbar those in throughout the day so that you can continue to add those additional movements onto your day. So say hello when you're coming on board. It'd be good to have you. We've got 22 people who are watching. Hopefully we're going to have 22 people who are going to be moving as well. Starting off our additional movement minutes. The phone's just decided to go a little bit lopsided there, so let's just straighten that up. And we'll keep an eye out at the time. So good morning, Dawn. Welcome on board. Hello. Thank you for joining us. This is our 8 a.m. movement snack. Start of the day, start of our additional movement minutes throughout the day. I'll bring my little stool to sit on today, so moving around a bit, keep myself from stiffening in the joints. Excuse me. Say hello. Let us know that you're on board. Looking out for some of our regulars. Let me know where you are. Let me know what you're doing. It's Sunny-ish start to the day here in Coventry in the Midlands. Hopefully it's going to be a good day where you are as well, so an opportunity to spend some time out in the garden if that's an opportunity for you. And that's a great place to be crowbarring in some additional movements, some mobilization into our trunk, mobilization into our shoulders, thinking about our ankle, feet and toes as we step into to pull weeds up, to pull dead heads off flowers, those sorts of things. So some great opportunities there. Okay, let's go for a 3, 2, 1. So firstly, before I do that, if you want to get rid of the comments, just swipe them to the right so you lose the comments. You've then got ability to see all of me. My bottom half isn't going to be blocked by those comments. Great, okay, 3, 2, 1. Good morning everybody, welcome along. My name is Dave Montgomery from Later Life Training. This is our 8 AM movement snack to help us add additional movement minutes to our day. You can do this in a seated position, in an active seated position, or we can do it in a standing position. The choice is yours. You do what feels right for you. In your standing position, make sure you've got some fixed support around you. So I'm in the kitchen, I've got my worktop, I've got kitchen cupboards if I need to use those as well, wall cupboards, wall units. The chair is there if you want a less challenging option, but we're not going to use that chair for support. We're going to start by having a little bit of a pulse raiser, warming ourselves up a little bit, getting the blood pumping around the body, and it's really important that we get that circulation going in the body, mobilising the joints, starting to loosen those joints, getting the blood round and the oxygen round to our muscles. Okay, so let's start there. Coming to either your standing or your seated position. Let's firstly think about our posture. So our feet are flat on the floor. My heels are in line with my knees and the knees are in line with our hips. External support is there if I want it. And lift tall from my hips. So we're lifting through our trunk, bringing the shoulders up, back and down, bringing those shoulder blades together. So we've got a good opening of that chest, opening of that rib cage, allowing more oxygen in. Head is nice and level and we're standing tall. In our seated position, if we're at the back of the chair, we're just going to come forward into the front third of the chair. Here, we're sitting nice and tall. So again, we're lifting from our hips, shoulders back and down to open up across that chest. Let's start with foot movement, either seated, the ball of the foot for me. In my standing position, I've got my external support, either one hand or two hand. Choice is yours. We're just lifting the ball of the foot off the floor and then bringing it back down, bringing the heel back down onto the floor. So thinking about our ankle, feet and toes. Keep going with that. In our seated position, exactly the same. Standing, sitting tall, lifting from our hips. Let's put an arm in there as well. So one arm at a time to start off with. In our standing position, I'm working from my shoulder. It's the shoulder we're trying to mobilise. So around about 90 degrees with the elbow, I'm just driving that arm backwards. If I'm holding on for support, every now and again, I'm going to put the hand down and change to the other side. In our seated position, exactly the same. Okay, back down to our feet. Let's make this a bit of a stronger move now. So we're going to come in for a march. I'm going to lift the foot off the floor, point the toes down towards the floor and roll through to my heels. So we've got that movement with our ankle, feet and toes. Keep going with that for me. Sorry, keep going with that for you. In my seated position, I'm sitting nice and tall. And again, I've got that lift, ball of the foot down and through to your heels. Now, you might find that you start to really feel it's quite a big move onto our hip flexors. So opportunities for you here, you can just come back down into that movement there with the lift of the heels, foot out and just do some little heel digs. Do what feels right for yourself. we're going to add the arms and the legs in together. So either one arm or both arms. Keep going. If you're in your standing position, then if you feel stable, put both arms in. Do one arm at a time, and then if you have the option to hold the other side, change arms. If not, pause a moment, take as many steps as you need to turn, and then start again with the other hand. Or you can be facing in, one arm, pause, other arm. And let's take a pause there. We should feel as though we want to take a couple of big deep breaths. So work at the pace that's right for you, but at the end of that, you should feel as you just want to take a couple of big breaths. We should feel a little bit warmer, a bit looser. Let's mobilise our joints now. So we're going to start with our shoulders and lifting those shoulders towards our ears and lowering. The hands are relaxed by the side. We've got a good, strong base. And if I want to do one arm at a time, so I can hold on, again, that is an option. If I've got support both sides, I can change every time, or I can do some on one side and then change to the other. Exactly the same movement in our seated position. Thinking about this posture the whole time though, so standing tall, lifting from those hips, keeping our knees soft. Take a pause there. We're going to roll the shoulders this time. So I'm going to lift them up, roll them back, bring them down behind me, and the shoulder blades coming in together. Have a look from the side. I lift, we go back, shoulder blades together, and down. It's a slow, controlled move. So don't race it, do it at a pace that is right for you. And again, we have the ability to do one arm at a time, change our support option, and change to the other side. Take a pause there for me. Coming into our head. Nice firm base to work from. Now, support if you need it. Use it if you need it, okay? When we turn our head, which we're going to do now, you can feel a little bit imbalanced. So have that support there. Very slowly and controlled, we're going to turn our head to the side. Come back in to the centre, little pause there, and then across to the other side. Keep going with that. In our seated position, it's exactly the same. We're turning, we've got the chair to hold on to if we need it. The important thing here is a slow, controlled move. And we'll use this head turn continually throughout the day. If we're going to cross the road, we're going to look, and we'll look from side to side. So it's really important that we mobilise this. Doing things around the house, we're continually going to be turning our head, and we'll do it without thinking. So let's really mobilise into that area. Take a pause for me, and let's move on to the head again. I'm going to come in so you can see, and I'm going to come sideways on so you can see this move here. We're going to take the head back, giving ourselves a double chin and lining up through the back. So fingers on my chin, and I can either gently push back and come forward, or I can leave the fingers where they are, come back and in. Can you see how we're getting this double chin here? And what we're doing is lining up through the back. Now, keep going with that for me. Work within your comfort area. So, think about how that feels. If it feels uncomfortable, don't take it as far. If you have discomfort in that area all the time, then if it's any more than your normal discomfort, don't take it any further. And hold there. Okay, let's come into this area here, our trunk. Really important for us as far as balance is concerned, as far as our stability is concerned. And we're going to, again, like our head, we're going to use our trunk continually throughout the day. We don't think about it, but we do. Okay? These trunk movements are needed for reaching, for grabbing, for picking up items off the floor, for turning to pick something up. And that's something that we'll focus on in our lunchtime snack with Bex. So we'll mobilise this joint, this area, sorry. Support if we need it. And what I'm going to do is just turn to look to the side. Now, my hips are staying where they are, so have a look at the hips, and I've got my support. I'm just going to run my hand along the support as I do that. So as I turn, I've got my hand on the support. Coming back in, and then I can take it the other way. If you need both hands, then again, you've got the option there. You can turn and take one hand across towards the other, back in, and the other way. Keep going. In our seated position, one that I find really useful, sitting tall, hands on our knees, and I can turn and take one hand across to the other knee, and back in, little pause, and then the other way. Important thing here, my sitting bones are staying in contact with the chair. So I'm not going to lift at all, I'm not going to twist, I'm not going to lift those buttocks off the chair as I do that. Keep in contact and keep the weight even, 50-50 across the sitting bones. As with our feet, it's 50-50 across our feet, that weight distribution. And hold it there. Again, number 2 for our trunk area. Here, holding on to our external support, we're going to glide one hand down towards our hips. Come back up, and then the other hand. Now, if you don't have support the other side, do some on one side, turn with as many steps as you need, and you can see you can then turn around to do those moves on the other side. In our chair, sitting tall, again, sitting bones, we're going to come down. And once again, we're going to keep those sitting bones, those bottoms, those buttocks on the chair, in contact. So it's the mobilisation here that we want. And by keeping our bottom on the chair, we're focusing into that area. Use your support and work within your own range again. Take a pause there for me. Number 3, our trio of trunk mobilisation. Okay, so standing tall, nice soft feet. My pelvis is going to stay where it is, so I'm not going to tilt the pelvis. We're going to stand tall and we're going to just take the back. Okay, and forward. So keeping this pelvis where it is, I'm taking my back away and back in. In our chair, I turn sideways for you here so you can see a bit better. My bottom's staying in line with the chair. My weight is even again, so if you start to tilt your pelvis, you will feel the difference. So keep that feeling there, keep that posture, keep that sense of where your bottom is, where your hips are on that chair, and come back and forward. Now, again, slow, controlled movements. Keep breathing throughout and work within your range. Okay, 3 movements for our trunk area, and there's a girdle of muscles around here, as I say, that helps keep us strong, keeps us tall, and helps with all our balance and postural moves. You're going to need that later on, focusing on picking up, reaching in our lunchtime snack with Bex. So think about those movements. Last one for you, ankles. Come sideways on so you can see. I'm holding on. I've got my support here. I can even use the wall if I needed to, but ideally here, this height, a relevant height for you. I'm going to lift the foot and put the toe on the floor, lift again and put the heel in the same place. So we've got that toe and heel in the same place. Have a go. In our seated position, standing tall, what you're probably going to need to do here is take the feet forward a little bit so you've got that room to do that movement. So toe, lift and put the heel in the same place. Toe and heel in the same place. Now this move focuses onto our ankle, feet and toes. You're coming onto one leg while you're doing this move in a standing position. As you bring that foot up to rotate it in to put the heel in, make sure your supporting leg is staying soft at the knee. So we're not locking that knee out, and make sure that you're using that support. Do both sides. So after you've done some on one side, change to your other side. And think again about that movement. Think about getting that mobilization through that ankle. Now, we need strong ankles, we need mobile ankles, because as we walk, as we do everyday tasks, as we step over things, as we put our feet out to change direction, our ankles are key, they're crucial in that. So we need to not only build strong, but we need to build mobile ankles, have mobility within them. And as I said earlier on, our 4 o'clock session with Kelsey will focus on improving the flexibility, and that in itself will improve on the mobility as far as those ankle joints is concerned. So those 3 directional movements that Kelsey will do with you at 4 o'clock are going to help as far as that ankle mobilization is concerned as well. Stop there for me. Okay, there we are. We've mobilized, we've had a bit of a circulation booster. That is our 8 AM movement snack for you. The first set of additional movement minutes in there, and we hit about 14 minutes on those additional movements. Sorry if I overran a little bit, as my clock is out of view in here. I forgot to bring my other clock in with me, so apologies for that. But crucial and good movements, good quality movements, and you can crowbar those in throughout the day. So think about your trunk twists as you're moving throughout the day. Think about your shoulders, and every now and again, just a roll or a lift, mobilise them again for me. Those ankle mobilisers you can do while you're sat down, while you're relaxing later on. Even if you've got your feet up on a stool, you can mobilise your ankle by pointing away and bringing back in. So think about all of those mobilisations that we've done, and how can you utilise those? How can you put those in during the day? Make sure that you keep movement on your radar. Crowbar in those moves as you get a chance. Bex will be with you at lunchtime, and Kelsey will be back with you at 4 o'clock this evening. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for tuning in, and say bye-bye. Take care.